It is part 3 of Mind Your Own Business. Why selfishness is the missing key to your calling, to your impact, to your income. And this is part 3 about minding your own business. And this is another area that I see, I see all kind of all people, whether you're good-hearted, whether you're spiritual, whether you're not. A lot of people ultimately give their power away to what I could call the global noise, the headlines, okay? So the problem is, yeah, the world can be very, very loud and it does want your attention. It does want your attention. When we did It's All Already Mine or something, I spoke about the fact that the physical reality needs energy to thrive. And so energy comes in the form of attention. And so when you are giving lots of attention to what is ever is happening in the world, so there's the whatever crisis, whatever war, whatever politics or politicians are doing, any worldwide disasters or outrage about something or the other, opinions everywhere, basically, and you're giving attention to that, you are literally giving your energy to the physical reality, which, you know what? Thank you. Again, because you're feeding the physical reality in which we, at the moment, we are playing in ultimately. So we need to give it some energy, and so you can give it energy in a painful way by paying attention to all the noise and the nonsense and the drama, and you tell yourself ultimately that it is being kind, it is being nice, that you need to pay attention to what's happening, you need to be informed about what's happening. But what ultimately is, you're addicted to drama. A lot of us are addicted to drama without realizing that you are. Okay, I know. And the divine said to me, "There's a drama addiction thing going on here," but we would tell ourselves that we're not. But do you ever really not feel some kind of drama going on inside of you? Notice, notice, notice. Okay, and so your nervous system is constantly being agitated by all the things happening in the world, all the things happening, because you need to be informed. You listen to the news, you're getting engaged, you're reading the headlines, you see the Facebook or the whatever social media platforms, all the headlines and people with their opinions and all of this stuff, and it makes you feel unsafe. Okay, under all of this, there is this feeling of, oh my gosh, somebody could literally just throw a bomb on us right now. And, are you safe? There's that feeling of not being safe, being overwhelmed by everything happening. You feel responsible as well. You feel responsible and almost feel guilty that you are potentially in a fairly safe environment. If you're listening to me, the chances are that you're in a fairly safe environment. You wouldn't be listening to me if you weren't. Basically, in fact, if you were going through something, if you were going through something physical and dangerous right now, you wouldn't be here listening to me. You would literally just be using all of your energy to handle the thing. But when you're looking at the thing and giving your attention to the thing, there's lots of time to worry and to be overwhelmed and to feel guilty that you are safe and everybody else is not, or those people are not, those people over there are not. And you somehow think that by giving your attention to those people over there, that you will somehow what? Because you think that by not giving your attention to them, it's as if you're saying you don't care. Why? It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that at all. Just it's like people thinking, oh, unless I'm informed about everything happening, it means it's like, or people judging others. So you see this. I remember particularly around the pandemic period of time. I remember, or was it Black Lives Matter or something? And a lot of the influencers were coming forward and having to say this and having to say that, or some people were refusing to say something and were being judged for not addressing the what is happening right now. That as an influencer, you are supposed to say something, you are supposed to do something. And some had the strength of character to not fall foul, or not fall into this whole, oh, just because it's happening and everybody's getting all, oh my God, about it, I should have an opinion, I should use my voice to say something. Why? Basically. But there was so much pressure on people at that time you need to use your platform to give a message of this and that and the other, and if you don't, it must mean that you don't care, or there's white privilege and this, that, and blah 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 blah, and it's just like, okay. Okay, and I live in a bubble, so most of them kind of went over my head, and most of the time it was also just smiling at everybody and thinking, okay. Ultimately, and And when I share this, share my way of looking at life sometimes with people, there is a tendency for people to think, well, you just don't care, and you live in this bubble, and you just think it's because it's not happening to you, therefore you think, therefore you're it's easier, and or whatever, it's easier for you because it's not happening to you, and blah 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 blah. And I'm just like, okay, so I get all agitated about it, and then what? So I'm agitated now. Okay? Yeah, so I'm agitated. What am I going to do now with my agitation? Oh gosh, oh my God, people are dying over there. And I don't mean to belittle this, okay? There are wars happening, people are dying. But I still come back down to this. I stay in my lane. I stay in my lane. Not because I don't care what's happening to other people, but because it isn't my lane to care what's happening to everybody. I am not here to save everyone. Again, this can sound, if you're somebody who feels like you must be informed and you must be engaged in everything, and that shows that you care. I'm here to ruffle that way of thinking, because what it is doing is actually stopping you from focusing all of your energy to becoming someone who can actually impact any of that stuff. There's all these headlines, all the noise, all the attention given to these things means that you're not paying attention to your actual own life, and you are now creating an inner world where you feel unsafe. As I said, you're feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling responsible for everybody, you're feeling guilty, you feel powerless and frustrated because you are, in some ways, when you are trying to live your life and somebody else's life, you are powerless over that person's life. You are. You are. And you kind of know it. But by telling yourself that you must know everything and you must have an opinion and you must share that opinion and all the attention you give to this stuff, it doesn't actually make a difference to the people who are suffering. It just makes you suffer because you intuitively and you internally know that just because you're yelling about it or you have an opinion or that you're feeling sorry for them hasn't actually changed them. It's like, when we're young, I don't know if your parents did this thing where it's like, you can't leave the food on your plate because there's all those children in Kosovo. That was the children in Kosovo that don't have enough food. And there you are with food on your plate and you're not eating all of it. And even as a child, I used to think, yeah, but are you going to send this food to the children in Kosovo? Is the fact that I am not eating or I don't want to eat more than I want to eat, is that actually, is it really affecting the children in Kosovo? Because I can't see the connection personally, basically. But of course, you don't say that to your parents; they'll kill you. So, at least mine would have. So, but it's the same kind of principle. Okay, unless I show that I'm aware and I have an opinion about what is happening there, and I speak it and tell people what I think, then somehow it's going to better their situation. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. What you are doing, of course, as I said, and thank you for it, is powering the physical reality, but you're not actually making a change to anybody's life. Now, I'm not saying that some of y'all might actually be called. That might be part of your calling, is actually to go and do something or to do something or become a politician or something like that. You will know if that's your calling. And the chances are, if you're going to be that politician or you're going to be that person that actually goes into the war zones and does all of that stuff and builds wells and all of that stuff, if you're going to be that person, you won't spend that much time thinking about it. You'll just get on and do it. You'll just get on and do it. As I said, when somebody's actually going through something right now, you don't have time to pontificate about it. It's like when the armed robbers would come into my house. I didn't have time to pontificate, to ruminate on, what am I doing or not doing? And it's only people who are, but it is only people who don't actually have the actual worry that is then giving lots of their attention to somebody else's worries. And in the process, you're not serving them and you're not serving yourself. So who are you serving? How? Okay, yes, as I said, you're powering the physical reality in a kind of generalized way. Great, but it's not helping anyone, really. And again, we must come back down to this. Everyone is powerful in their own right. Everyone. And even before the divine really, really got this through to me about everyone being powerful in their own right, Because I come from a third world country, I lived a good portion of my life in, oh, well, these days it's even less than half of my life, but it was a good portion of my life in a third world country. I've seen true poverty, okay? Seen true struggle, true physical struggle. Let's put it that way, because in developed countries it's more emotional struggle, but it's still struggle, okay? But I've seen physical struggle and physical poverty and physical hardship. And even then, even before I really understood this concept of everyone is powerful in their own right, I understood that, where am I going? I understood that it didn't help for me to, I don't know what, feel sorry for them, or to what? It doesn't help. Even, yeah, so I'm saying I had to, even then I used to, there was just this knowing that I don't understand everything. I don't understand why, or I'm not in everybody's head. I do not know why they made the choice to experience the life that they're experiencing. My need to try and save them from the choices that they've made, consciously or unconsciously, does I can't control anybody. Everyone is powerful in their own right. Everyone is created in the image and likeness of the divine. Everyone is one with the divine. Everyone. Even those people you look at when you see the charity adverts, for charities where they're trying to really pull on your heartstrings and make you feel whatever, and those are the ones I never give any money to. Basically. But they're trying to pull on your heartstrings. They show you the worst possible little children looking like skeletons with a little bit of skin on, and it all feels so terrible. And so then your heart is drawn to them because you are a kind-hearted person. But again, okay, so yes, you can give money to the charity. Great. I always think something that is focusing in on suffering. I don't want to put money into that, frankly, personally. But I understand why it works. Okay, it's marketing. It works. It gets money, and hopefully a lot of that money goes to the people that are actually helping, and not just to the advertising or the admin of it. And I have no judgments as such, because again, if that is your calling, do it with all of your heart. Do it. But don't pontificate. Don't ruminate. Don't spend lots of time looking at things that have no concern of yours, that are not even, it's not, yes, it isn't affecting you. In which case, why are you making it affect you? Why have you decided that being caring is that you should now be affected by what everybody on the planet or what other people are being affected by? Again, you don't understand. Now, now with the knowledge I have now, there's just this knowing that we've all chosen our life path in some ways. Okay, there's still free will, so I'm not saying that it was chosen and you're set or whatever. We don't understand why somebody is chosen to be in a war-torn environment. You don't understand it. Just know that everyone is powerful in their own right. Everyone. You are not this superior being that somehow is so superior to everybody else that you made a great choice. That's why you're here, and you feel guilty about it unless you're helping those less people than you. And I know you don't consciously think about it that way, but it is kind of what you're saying. As well as you're just also opening yourself up to a deep sense of frustration, because you deeply know that just yelling about something or getting angry about the way people are being treated by other people, it isn't actually helping the people that are being treated horribly. It isn't. So so there's frustration inside of you, and it's a building up of frustration, which then usually shows up in some kind of anger or rage at somebody unsuspecting in your actual current existence, because so that emotion is going to work its way out to somebody, basically. And it's because you've opened yourself up to feeling this deep frustration, knowing that just because you feel deeply emotional about somebody else's suffering, it doesn't change somebody else's suffering. But the physical reality with the media and the news and all of that, they grab you. You feel, it's even the charities sometimes with their advertising and showing you the worst of humanity, and it makes you feel so responsible or guilty for not feeling responsible. So I still remember that film, about the Rwandan riots or something. It was very heartfelt. Oh my goodness. I try not to watch films like that because I end up with my husband being a white dude. I end up looking at him funny. Hmm. Basically, which is not his fault. What was that? Kinta kinte or kunta kinte? And if I watch things like that for a few hours, I'm looking at him like, the white man. But anyway, there was a scene. There was this scene. I think it was probably significant for a lot of people, and that was why they put it in there. Was this whole thing like, oh, don't worry, people, the rich white people or whatever are going to watch it on the news. Oh no, this is horrible, and then they'll just go back to eating their dinner and not be undisturbed by it. And you know what? In some ways, I'm saying to you, don't. I am saying to you, live in a bubble. Do not allow your attention to be taken up by all of these things because it is keeping you from actually making the difference on this planet that you are here to make. Again, some people, some of y'all are called in some ways to go and serve communities that are in distress, to be activists, to go into the war zone. But if that is not you, and if that is not your intention, if that is not that's not the thing, the pull on your heart, then enough. Enough spending lots of your energy and giving lots of your attention to things that you have no intention of doing anything about. And it is okay that you have no intention of doing anything about it because, again, everyone is powerful in their own right. You have no idea what is going on inside somebody who is in a war-torn era or zone. You have no idea what is going on inside somebody who is suffering. You have no idea why they have chosen to go through that. What you have idea about is your own business. You, and when I say business, mind your own business. Yes, as in stay in your lane. You want to impact the world, stay in your lane. Very deliberately stay in your lane. Very deliberately refuse to allow yourself to be drawn into the noise, the nonsense, and the drama, the news, the whatever. They just want your attention. Your attention is precious. And it is precious to you because your attention, your energy, your focus is your potency. It will determine how quickly or how slowly you allow yourself to manifest the desires of your heart. If you are spreading yourself up here, there, and everywhere because you think it means that you're now a more informed individual and therefore you're somehow kinder and nicer and than the others who are refusing to do anything when you're actually not doing anything really. But you're getting engaged and getting frustrated and getting guilty and all of that stuff. You're giving a lot of energy to something and it's keeping you away from your own life. It's keeping you away from your own life. Your impact, your true impact comes from you living and being fully self-expressed, from you living your purpose. And your purpose is literally to enjoy yourself here on this planet. It is the people, even people suffering, that is their purpose too. But for whatever reason, they've chosen differently. And I don't want to say this again. Even I know how this can sound. It can sound like, she just doesn't care. And there's a part of me that doesn't want to give off that impression. Yeah, there's a part of me too that wants to can buy into this. Oh, I don't want to seem as if I don't care. I care. And yet, I also know that me going over it and wondering this and wondering the other, unless I am directly in some way, I know exactly how I want to serve those people, then giving my attention to it is not helping anyone. It's not helping me, and it's definitely not helping them. So why am I giving my attention to it? Come back home to you. Mind your own business. Everyone has access to the divine. Everyone is powerful in their own right. Everyone is one with the divine. Your job isn't to fix everything. Your job isn't to save anyone. Your job is to walk your path with everything inside of you. To give all of your energy to your vision, your desires, your goals. Yes, it can sometimes, because you've been told you're supposed to. There will always be rumors of wars and tribulation everywhere. There will always be that stuff. You want to make an actual difference on this planet, then live to the fullness of your potential. And you cannot do that whilst one foot is here and one foot is in everybody else's business. You don't understand why people make the choices that they make. You don't. You are not in their mind. You can, it's again, this whole thing, even when people write books about their autobiographies or even biographies, usually they're just telling you the physical choices made, the physical changes made. but nobody can really fully, even sometimes the person that went through it doesn't always understand completely what was going on inside of them, what beliefs, what ideas, what brought them to this place. You certainly, if they don't even know themselves, how can you know them? Okay, yes, you might be more intuitive than most, for sure. But again, use your intuition and all of that to live your life. For real. You really want to impact the world? Live your life. Mind your own business. Stay centered. Stay in you. Stay here inside of you. Stop going out there trying to save everybody mentally, but not really actually doing anything physically. And I'm not even saying you should go do something physically unless you're actually called to such an action. Let go of other people's drama, other people's noise, other people's nonsense. It does not make you selfish. Well, it might make you selfish by other people's terms, because selfish generally tends to mean you're not doing what I think you should do. Enough trying to fall into line with everybody's idea of what is the best thing that others should be doing with their lives. You are a deliberate millionaire. There is something you are here to create. This life, and I do say it is an enjoyable life. You are meant to live an enjoyable life. Of course, you can choose suffering. It's up to you. But really, why? When there's so many experiences, so much to enjoy on this planet, if you really want to have an impact, live your life. Give your energy to your life. Your life. Okay? Each person living their own purpose is what contributes best to the betterment of everyone. But it's not by being in everyone else's business that you get to live your own. No, no. Be in a bubble. Okay? There's the ripple effects of you living your life. You have no idea the difference that will make to your family, to your community, to your country, to the world. Live your life. Mind your own business. Keep coming back to this idea. Everyone is powerful. Everyone is powerful. You may not understand why they make the choices they make. You may not understand why some people are in certain situations and other people are not. It doesn't matter. You, right now, be in your life, live it to the fullness of your potential. That is your best service to the world. That is your best service to the world. You don't need to know everything about everywhere on the planet, especially if it just drags you into feeling helpless and frustrated and powerless. Enough. That is not a good state of being to be in if you really, truly do want to make a difference. Live your life fully. Fully. Do not get engaged in other people's lives. It doesn't help. It doesn't help. Sitting around talking about all the injustice there and everywhere doesn't help. Focus. Focus all your energy, all your attention on living your life. Much amazing love. Go forth and prosper. Until the next time. Much love. Bye.